Welcome to Authentic with Brazil 201, the best, most problematic show that I fucking love that is prestige television, despite what a lot of people want to say, is back on Paramount Plus, and that is Landman Season 2, and it has arguably the hottest white people we have seen on television in a very long time. That is not a Riverdale or Outer Banks style show, because this show is just everyone is so hot and drill baby drill. First of all, 2 minutes into season 2, we already get a legendary Tommy Norris speech that breakfast is not the most important meal of the day. That is propaganda made by Kellogg's. Okay? And also, nobody should smoke Marlboro cigarettes because or was it menthols? Whatever. Either way, great. Next, we go back to our favorite hot Puerto Rican slash Mexican Latina chick, Ariana. And I just gotta say, look, I love Ariana. She's basically a super hot version of Rachel Zegler's also hot, but this is like a hotter version of Rachel Zegler. And I just gotta say, realistically, Ariana would never, because if you forget, when we meet her in season 1, she is married to Michael Pena. Ariana, like, realistically, a girl like that ain't fucking Michael Pena. Also, she ain't fucking Cooper. Cooper is a very unattractive guy, okay? But now she's playing, house with Cooper, and they live together and all the other shit. I'm just saying, like, I love Ariana. I totally would try to, like, slide into the DMs of that actress. But realistically, this is of this show, I don't think she would be fucking Michael Pena or Cooper. Then we go to this fancy oil conference hosted by Demi Moore. Since John Hamm died last season, Demi Moore is now in charge of the company, and a lot of the oil people, they smell blood. They think Demi Moore is not a real leader, but they don't know she's really been behind the scenes pulling everything. And it seems to be that this season, uh, Demi Moore is the co-lead, right? It is Tommy and Demi Moore, which is great. And we're in a bathroom, and there's these TikTok thoughts talking about how they're gonna fuck this guy who has a private jet. He's gonna take him to Tulum. Your standard 26, 27-year-old hot white girl who's, a TikTok thought that just wants the money and all the other bullshit. But our girl Cammy, which is Demi Moore's character, ain't tolerating that. And the TikTok thoughts have the balls to fucking insult Demi Moore. And I'm like, Demi Moore ain't tolerating that because the TikTok thoughts say, oh, sad divorced doctor conference is at the hotel next door. Little do they know, you know, Demi Moore owns is the reason this conference is happening. Demi Moore gives a firing speech as we learn that things are booming in the energy sector because Trump won the election and all the regulations are gone from the Biden era. So it's drill, baby, drill. Okay. And she ruined the trip for the TikTok thoughts because let me tell you, no hot woman in their late 50s wants to tolerate a TikTok thought whose beauty may disappear in 5 years. Then we go to TCU, which seems to be a huge part of what season 2 is going to be. Our girl Ansley, right? She's going to college. She can't read. She just fucks hot people, but she can't read. And we have this whole 3-minute scene of her talking to the dean of admissions at TCU, and Ansley doesn't know anything, but we learn she's a walk-on cheerleader. And there's this whole thing about how the college she wanted to go to, she can't go because the college does not allow the cheerleaders to fuck the athletes. And Ansley says, with TCU, they allow you to fuck the athletes and it allows you to create, just imagine like a hot person and a hot person, they have a kid together. It's genetic breeding and the whole thing. And the dean is so insulted by Ansley in the entire thing. She's like, you're a dog. Like, it is hilarious, right? And Ansley is just, like, so hot. But she's like, "You got in because you're a walk-on, and if you were not a walk-on, I would probably reject you because I think you're an idiot." But Ansley's like, "Oh my god, thank you," and she hugs you, she's like, "I'm gonna get you a gift and everything. I know you're not a teacher, blah, blah, blah." Because Ansley's just so oblivious, and I love Ansley, which then brings us to whole the fact that Ansley and fucking Angelica right? I mean, Angela, look more like sisters than mother-daughter, and I know, like, the actress who plays Angela, like, is, like, in her 50s, she doesn't look it, right? Like, they're both fucking hot, and it's amazing, and then we flip over to Cooper, started his drilling business, and apparently he's gonna make about 10 million a year just off one drill. But I'm still confused at where this drill is versus the house he's living at with, Ariana, because they go to the drill thing, and he drives back to Ariana's house, and then he drives Ariana and the baby back to the drill thing, and I'm assuming they're very far apart, it's gotta be at least an hour drive each way, whatever. Great, but he's also, like, close enough to, like, drive to Tommy's house, whatever. Anyway, I gotta know, why doesn't Cooper believe in deodorant or showers? Like, I understand you're super ugly and apparently really smart, but you should believe in deodorant. Come on, you're fucking this hot chick, I don't know how she tolerates this. A little shower, like, deodorant, okay? No one wants to smell like shit, Cooper, okay? You're banging way above your league, okay, with those fucking fucked up teeth and whatever. Then, we meet Sam Elliott, who is Tommy Norris's dad, which is interesting since Sam Elliott is only 10 years older than Tommy Norris. But I mean, Billy Bob Thornton, but whatever. Interesting to that we're doing this, but I get it. Tommy is like 60, but he really looks like he's like somewhere 45 to 52. And Sam Elliott does look like he's in his like 70s, but he is in the 70s, so I fucking get it. Then we have what is my favorite tradition with Landman is that they do the Blue Blood style dinner scenes, which by the way, Boston Blue, the Blue Blood spinoff is also like very good. Another show on Paramount Plus that I think everyone should watch because they also do the dinner scenes. And I think more shows need to do dinner scenes where everyone just communicates their hatred of each other because it's great. And we learn Angela is explaining the food about these truffles, how they're $2,800 mushrooms, and everyone's there. The bald guy lawyer, the dirty guy Dale, they're all just trying to be there, and we're all here to celebrate Ansley getting into TCU on the cheerleader team, and she's in this outfit. And we see Cooper and Ansley still hate each other. Good brother-sister dynamic. Then, by the way, um, Tommy's like, "She's fucking crazy, you know, she's the opposite of whenever she's on her period. Forever 28 she's only normal once every 28 days." And then Angela goes fucking crazy, throws dishes and glasses at the wall, everything breaks, everyone runs away because 'cause they're so fucking scared because they think she's gonna kill everyone. Cooper's like, I'll call you tomorrow, now bye." Everyone's just like, "Mandatory family dinner, you must behave." By the way, this scene is better than the bolognese scene from last season, and I think we've had another dinner scene. Either way, the dinner scenes in Landman are some of the most entertaining things in television. And by the way, Tommy says this line, says, "Yeah, I know you're sweating and you're about to kill me, but your tits look great in that tiny bra." And she just calms down. Then he gets a phone call that his mother died, and that's how the episode ends. I am glad Landman is back, okay? Because Landman is one of the 10 best shows of the year. It isn't on my list. It is on my list. I'm so glad what episode it. I am justified that Landman season 2 is so fucking good. Because this is a show we need. And also, side note on a little political shit here, I think Democratic staff whoever hires, like, hire people who work for various, like, Democratic staffers, you need to hire people who watch Landman and not Mormon Wives, because Landman I think this is, like, a good, like, culture shift, because there's I bet you, of all the people who work for various, like, elected Democrats, maybe less than 1% watch fucking Landman, but the rest fucking have NPR tote bags, which is all the entire problem. But anyway, that's it. I think we'll be doing weekly recaps of Landman at 8 in the morning every Sunday. I don't know. I know I was like I know I have the screener email for like the first 4 episodes somewhere. I just like I'm too lazy to find it in my Gmail. And also I want to watch it weekly. Okay? I like having to look forward to a show weekly. Because, like, Landman, I enjoy. I do not use my phone or my laptop at all while I watch Landman versus, like, the It prequel show or I Love LA and everything else. I do, but Landman is back. It is shot beautifully. We're here, baby. Drill, baby, drill.